Good morning, everybody. What's going on? Welcome back to the channel. I wanted to take the RSX to get it aligned after all the stuff that we've been doing to it. We've pretty much replaced every single thing as far as the suspension is concerned, minus the sway bar end links and the strut and shock assemblies. But right now I am trying to replace the tie rod ends, and once we do that, we're going to take it to get in alignment. The tie rod ends have a lock nut on the back of them, and I do not have a wrench big enough to handle this situation. So I've needed to get some wrenches for a long time. So we're gonna go remedy that situation right now. Our county is under a masks only like social, order or whatever it's called. I really don't know how to, I don't know the correct terminology for what I'm trying to say, but basically I can't go in anywhere without my mask, so I've got to run back home. I don't have anything in the truck because we haven't been driving the truck at all. Gonna run back home, grab a new mask, and then we can head back out. Luckily the gas station's only right down the street from the house. We have a Rita's pretty local to my, where I live. And if you've never been to a Rita's, you need to find one. Like, you may not have one close to you. There may be one 6 hours away. You need to hop in your car or on your bike and go. The reason I say that is because they have some of the best Italian ice that you can get. There's a few Italian ice, food truck type deals that I've had before in the past that are just incredible. But as far as like a chain restaurant, Rita's is like my favorite. And I'm hoping one day that I will be able to host like a car meet or like a bike cruise in at this Rita's. Like, that would be so cool. I think it would be a really good idea, because like in the middle of summer, who doesn't like getting a cold beverage or like some ice cream or some Italian ice or something, some custard, after a long day, or been riding in the heat or whatever. It's super refreshing. And so I just went in there, and I normally get pretty standard flavors. Green apple's a good one. It hits you really hard though, but it's super refreshing. So I just went in there, and they had a new flavor up called unicorn. And I was like, dude, what is unicorn? And he looked at me dead in the face and said, have you ever put all the Skittles in your mouth at once? And I was like, well, yeah. He goes, that's unicorn. And I was like, I gotta have it. I gotta give it a shot. So I got a large unicorn. And it's like putting all the Skittles in your mouth at once. Let's go. All right, so hopefully now we'll be able to make quick work of this. Let's see. Cool, they look just like all my other wrenches. I've got a few, like I said, literally, these are all the normal wrenches that I have, minus the ones that came in this toolbox. And as you guys can probably tell, I've had that toolbox for probably almost 10 years now. So we definitely need a 19. The 19 is supposed to fit on here perfectly. Yep, that is definitely a 19. Here's a 21, a 22, and a 24. Not really sure which one of these we need for the lock nut, but we're gonna find out right now. So 22 seems to be too small, but 24 is definitely the right size. So this may seem a little unorthodox, and it, honestly kind of is. I'm going to loop this strap through here like so. I'm going to put the wrench on the nut, pull this tight, And then hopefully we'll be able to get the lock nut loose like this. And I believe that worked. Maybe. Yep. That worked like a charm. Now the reason I did that is because last night I was trying to get this done, and that was really the only way that I could get a lot of leverage on the lock nut. Now that it's loose, we're going to count the amount of rotations that it takes to get this tie rod off. 1, 2, 3, 4, 11, 12, 12. So it took 12 rotations to get the old tie rod off, and you can see where the boot has split. Now we have brand new OEM from Honda tie rods, and we can just thread these back on there. So yep, this will get our alignment pretty close, but like I said, once we get these back on here, it's off to the alignment shop. 1, 2, and 12. So we're gonna do the same thing to the other side and take this bad boy to the alignment shop. We're gonna be reusing the old nuts because the new tie rod ends from Honda do not come with new nuts. There's nothing wrong with these at all, but I do have brand new zinc coated cotter pins to put in, so that's nice. This just goes to show for sure that having the right tool for the job makes all the difference. And I don't know how tight this needs to be. I assume the torque spec for this is just tight. That's about as hard as I can get it by hand. This side is good to go, you guys. Going to button up this side the rest of the way, get the wheel put back on, and then I'll take care of the passenger side, and then we should be good to go. We are headed to the alignment shop to get this bad boy aligned. Finally, all this work that we've been doing to this thing, I'm stoked to finally get her straight. It's been quite a while since I've had this car aligned, and really the reason for that is that one, I don't drive it very often, you know, and the last time I got it aligned, you know, I've probably only driven maybe 15,000 miles or so, and the other reason is that my tire tread seems to have worn pretty evenly, you know, as far as the naked eye can tell anyway. Both of my front tires especially, like, they have both worn so well, and they're the Nitto NT555Rs. They're the Nitto drag radials that I bought a while back, and so you know, I haven't really seen the need. But my back tires, actually, the tread wear is a little bit weird on them. We're going to get the whole thing straight, get the steering wheel straight, because now it's pulling to one side ever since we did the lower control arm bushings, ball joints, tie rod ends, all that. Also, one thing I wanted to ask you guys saw my previous video where I did the hybrid racing shifter upgrades to the car. I ordered the stainless steel MAXIM shift knob, and they sent me the wrong one. I'll post a picture here or something somewhere. They actually sent me the wrong shift knob, that is. And so they sent me the shifter that had a counter sunk shank in the very beginning of it. I emailed them and I was like, hey, here's my order number. I ordered the standard MAXIM shift knob, and you guys sent me this part number. Here's pictures. You know, nothing wrong with the shift knob or anything like that. And it actually did, the countersunk shift knob actually, you know, worked on the car, but I was only able to get like maybe 2 or 3 threads on it, which was plenty of threads to be able to shift the car, but it's just not what I ordered and it's not what I wanted. They don't look any different at all. It's just the style of how they are set up to be attached to the actual shifter itself. So they sent me the one, they said, oh, our mistake, no big deal, we'll send you another one. And I said, okay, cool. What do you want me to do with the other one? You know, you gonna send me a shipping label or anything? They said, no, just keep it. And I was like, what? I mean, it's like a $70 shift knob. I'm not gonna use it. It's M10 by 1.5 thread pitch, and it's designed for like S2000 shifters or shifters with a similar style of, you know, collar and everything, where it's got to have that countersunk design. Do any of you want it? I mean, I know that's kind of it's kind of weird, but I feel like, I mean, like I said, I'm never going to use it. Like, I don't have another car to put it on. I don't have an S2000. It doesn't really work that well with the RSX shifter. I mean, sure, you know, there's a bunch of other Honda cars that I would like to get in the future. Like, I really want to build like a drag specific CRX. I've always wanted to do that. And I'm sure there's plenty of other cars out there with a M10 by 1.5 thread pitch on their shifter. It's a pretty coarse thread, you know, as far as shifter pitches go or whatever. But I mean, if any of you guys want it, just let me know down in the comments, and I'll either I'll do a giveaway. If you come across this video, you know, by some circumstance, you know, and you want this shifter, just put a comment down in the comment section below saying, hey, yeah, you know, I want the shifter. And all the people that comment, because I'm sure there's not going to be that many of you, so your chances of getting the shifter are pretty damn high. If you want the shifter, just like I said, put a comment saying, hey, I want the shifter. Then after, let's say 2 weeks, I'll say 2 weeks from the posting of this video, I will randomly select one of the commenters in the comment section below. And please subscribe. If you're going to comment that you want the shifter, I would appreciate that you would subscribe to the channel. And I'll randomly select one of you guys, and then I'll contact you. I'll get your contact information, your shipping information, and I'll ship it to you. I just think that'd be a really cool idea. So yeah, we'll see how it goes. We'll see how it goes. I may not get any comments or anything. Alright, you guys, I got the car back, and whoever drove my car, dadgum, where did they take this thing? Whoever drove my car to either test drive it or get it into the shop, they were a short. It seems like they did a pretty good job on the car. We'll know more once we actually take off here, so let's do that. Steering feels awesome. And they said, I asked them, I didn't film when we went in there, but you know, I asked them, I was like, did it need anything weird, like camber bolts or anything like that? They said, nah, really, the only thing that's you know, the car has an issue about is the tires are getting kind of wore out. And I'm just like, well, I knew that, so that's good. Yeah, this feels a lot more solid. I just had them do like a standard alignment, like a factory alignment, you know, just for max tire life. And that's mainly because I didn't want to put any camber in the car, because we don't really track this thing enough. It's definitely something that I want to look into doing in the future. putting a little camber in this thing, so that way it can take corners a little bit better. But for now, I just want max tire life, and we're going to be, you know, eventually getting some lowering springs or some coilovers or something. I think I talked about that in a previous video, but definitely going to be getting this thing a little bit lower, so that way the center of gravity's down a little bit. It already feels super straight. Like I can feel the car rolling so much straighter than it was. So you guys, I think that's going to be it for this video. I know it didn't really have a whole lot going on in it. Bike. I know it didn't have a whole lot going on in it, but I wanted to kind of end the whole suspension video series that we've been doing after we got the alignment done, and I told you guys what I thought about it. So I'm really happy with how the car feels and how it turned out. So from here on out, I think we're going to really just be focusing on getting the engine done. I wanted to get the car really nice, you know, driving for now, because we still have a long way to go with the K24. But with that being said, it'll be finished before we know it. So I just wanted to get all this little stuff kind of knocked out, so that way once we get the K24 back from the machine shop, get the head off of this car, throw it on there, get the whole engine built, and get the K24, the K20, K24 engine put back in here, get it mated back up to the trans. Probably have to do a clutch job on the car. Definitely have to do a clutch job on the car, so I'm going to have to do some research on some clutches here and there. But you know, it's a lot of stuff I have to think about. It's like I said, it's still kind of a long ways off, but we'll have the engine back before we know it, and at least we'll have something pretty to look at in the garage for a while, because once that head gets put on, I'm really hoping that I won't see those pistons again for a long time. So anyway, you guys, I really appreciate you guys checking out the video. If you liked the video, if it entertained you, or you got something out of it that was helpful to you, please hit that like button, hit the notification bell to stay up to date with my future videos. We got a lot of stuff coming down the pipeline, videos I haven't even edited yet that we got to upload that you guys are going to be seeing very soon. Please consider subscribing if you haven't already, and share my videos with your dog. As always, guys, thank you so very much. Love you guys, and I'll see you in the next video.